some news came out today, actually, which is kind of, we already knew, like I kind of already assumed this, I guess. But I'm kind of curious to see your thoughts, Miguel. So it has been 150% confirmed that Kyle Richards is officially returning and Halloween Ends as Lindsey Wallace.
I already knew that.
I know, right? It's like such a shocker. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of like whatever about this. I actually thought that Lindsey was arguably one of the strongest characters in Halloween Kills, and I think she was underutilized. I want to try to get him on the show at some point. It's probably never going to happen. I liked Lindsey more than I liked Tommy. And I don't think it's necessarily to do with Anthony Michael Hall. I think it's how Tommy was written. Lindsey, there was something about Lindsey's performance that felt believable to me. Like I just
because she was legitimately scared. The fuck? Everyone else was like blind hatred covering fear, which was like the motif of the fucking movie, which is like hide your fear or don't let fear win, but it inevitably won.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lindsey, on the other hand, was like, this fucking Michael Myers, you better get the fuck out of here.
But it was there was just something about her that was really believable to me. Like
she was actually scared. She wasn't
trying to fight. But it wasn't just her being scared. It was like her as a person. Like even her lines. Like I felt like she didn't try to oversell anything. It wasn't like there was no like evil dies tonight like from her. It was just
exactly because she was actually scared.
She was actually scared. It seemed genuine. Like even after Michael leaves her by the creek, and they when Allison and Tommy and Lonnie and the rest of their group find her, like when her and Tommy kind of have that moment when he's holding her and she's wrapped in the blanket before they take her to the hospital, like they're just she seems believable. I really liked her character. I genuinely really liked her. I thought she was actually kind of underutilized in Halloween Kills. So one of the legacy characters who returns in Halloween Kills is Lindsey Wallace, a character featured in John Carpenter's original classic, still played by Kyle Richards. And what's particularly special about Lindsey's return is that Kyle Richards also returned to play the character she first played as a child way back in 1978, her welcome home to the franchise the first time in well over 40 years. Lindsey survives the events of Halloween Kills, coming face-to-face with Michael Myers, but ending up in the hospital rather than the morgue. So will she be back next year? David Gordon Green recently teased that we'll probably be seeing more of Lindsey Wallace and of Kyle Richards in Halloween Ends, and now she is officially signed on. Variety broke that news today. Now, again, we kind of thought, like, I was already kind of like, okay, like, duh. Like, I kind of get that Kyle Richards is going to be back because she didn't die. And really, she kind of had a strange ending in Halloween Kills, too. Like, they took her to the hospital, and then that was it. We never saw her again. And yeah. I know the events kind of picked up with the mob and with Tommy, and, like, things got kind of buku wild crazy, butt crack crazy. But, like, she never had a real ending scene. We didn't really end. She didn't have like a final scene in the movie. You know what I mean? It just
because she got benched.
She did. She got benched, and then that was just kind of it. There was nothing else. So Variety notes, sources say that after Richards garnished positive reception from fans in Halloween Kills, the filmmakers rewrote the script to include her character in Halloween Ends, crafting an expanded storyline for her return.
Bonkers.
That's interesting. That's the most interesting part of this. They changed the end script just so that they could include Lindsey.
She's going to have a eulogy for Laurie.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm scared for Halloween Ends. I'm actually scared. Like, we are going to do a whole Halloween Ends episode. I kind of want to get my ducks in a row. I want to make sure that I kind of have all the pieces and that we get our bearings before we talk Halloween Ends, just because I haven't really had a chance to do that. I know there's been some stuff that came out about it. we do even want to get a couple of other people in the horror space on the show to discuss Halloween Ends, because we want to get that discussion going. And I know like Mike and Jay are at the top of our list. We've talked to them in person about being on the show and doing something together. So we will get into that. It'd be great to get, Frank and Darren on. We're gonna try to get a whole bunch of people on next year. That's one of our biggest goals of 2022 for the show. But I'm super nervous for Halloween Ends. And I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts on that, Miguel. I'm happy she's returning, but I don't know. I'm scared with how they're gonna end it. You know what I mean?
She's gonna get a poetic death. She's gonna get killed at the house.
I don't want them. Like her. I don't want them to throw the kitchen sink and just be like, here's Halloween Ends, and it just shatters on the floor. You know what I mean? I don't want that. Like, it's got to be a good ending. It's got to be a solid ending to the trilogy.
I get that. Well, I don't really have like an idea as to what's to expect Halloween Ends right now, because it's like, again, like we need to get our ducks in a row. We need to know exactly what we're talking about so that I'm not just out here shooting out different theories and whatnot about it. Because the fact that we know Lindsey's like a confirmed comeback, that doesn't help me whatsoever in regards to the story.
Yeah,
not at all. Because of how little of a character she was in Halloween Kills.
And like I said,
it was nice to see her.
I really liked her in Halloween Kills. Like I thought she was a great addition to the cast. She was one of the most believable parts of that film for me. And her portrayal, and I think she was underutilized. And I actually just commented on something in the Slaughtered Lambs Facebook group. I think she was a very underutilized character. Her lines, her performance was great. Her character, her dialogue wasn't as campy as others. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I did feel that some of the other legacy characters' dialogue, I was like, it's like, why did we choose to say that? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, it just felt campy. Her character didn't feel campy to me. It felt real. It felt believable. It felt
everybody's down for a good scare. Fuck out of here.
I know, man.
That was without a doubt the worst line I have ever heard in a Halloween movie. Everyone's down for a good scare. Get the fuck out of here.
But he does. I mean, he says it in the original. It was just a strange place. Like if you just finally cornered the man that killed your daughter, I feel like you wouldn't crack a sarcastic like remark in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would use the Busta Rhyme moment of trick or treat, motherfucker, and just empty the load in him, man. That sounded sus. Pause. Empty the clip on him, man. Like, you know what I mean? Not everyone's down for a good scare. I was like, who in that right mind wrote that in there?
I don't know, man. But so the last movie, I saw Jamie Lee Curtis on set, but we didn't have stuff together, which is true. Her and Lindsey literally never interacted in the film. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that there is more stuff together. I can't talk about any storylines, but all I can say is that we start filming in January, which we already know. And I'm so excited to return with Jamie Lee Curtis and David Gordon Green. Comes out October 14th of next year, yada, yada, yada. We know all that stuff. So again, guys, if you're excited for Halloween Ends, please, we're going to cover this more. We're going to do an entire episode, I promise, really soon about Halloween Ends, about what we know so far, about our expectations. We're going to talk nothing but Halloween Ends. But let us know your thoughts right now. Please let us know if you're excited now that we have confirmation that Lindsey Wallace is 1000% returning for the final entry. I'm excited about it. I really liked her character in Kills. I thought she was one of the strongest parts of that film. So